Hey LAN Party gamers, welcome back to the garage, and the systems, they're going to need a little upgrade. We haven't done a rebuild or a clean out or a new system for the garage in some time, and they're really showing their age. Some of them need restarts just to get booted into Windows, and most of them are running out of storage space. Well, that's where our friends and longtime supporters of San Diego LAN, ADATA, are helping us, stepping in with the first installment of new SSDs. These are going to replace the 240 or 480 gig C drives that are aging out in these rigs, and going to increase their C drive storage capabilities for a long time coming, with a big upgrade of 1 terabyte on C that'll complement the 1 terabyte SSHD hybrid drives we have for our Steam library, and make it to where when there's new games we want added to our systems, we can do so without having to pick and choose which games we need to remove. And being new drives, we're not worried about the old used drives in the system causing them to be the slowdown and bottleneck. Now, there are some other issues. Some of the systems in the garage here do like to blue screen or restart on us randomly. So not only are we going to be double checking our storage issues, but we're also going to start out with the memory check with the Windows memory diagnostic and double check that that is also not the issue. And if there are things that we need to do, like repaste the CPU or replace the CPU, replace the RAM chip or whatever, we're going to get to that too. And any other little small issues that we have before our big 3-day LAN-a-thon at the end of the year, this coming summer during Labor Day weekend. So it's a Lamber Day weekend. That's what we're getting ready for in September. And we want to make sure that all the systems and all the networking and everything work well, as these will all be rented out for that event. Let's get started. The first thing we did when prepping the systems is actually get a much smaller SSD. This is a 120 gig drive that we put Windows LTSC long-term service IoT onto, as well as all the drivers for all of the systems in the garage here, as well as some of the games, some of the core games, but not a ton, because again, it's only 120 gigs. And then a lot of the network infrastructure and administrative tools that we use to push games and updates and stuff from the server onto each client onto here. We're calling this the golden copy, or the basically the clone, which we are now using from the master over the network to clone all of these computers and basically make sure that it works, so that when we upgrade these computers, which have the tiny 240 gig drives with the new 1 terabyte drives from ADATA, they'll get the exact same image as the rest of the computers in the garage, and everyone will be able to have access to the same games with the same software and the same experience regardless of where they sit. Okay, now that all the images have been cloned onto all the computers, we can now wipe the secondary drive in all the systems, which is the Steam drive, and reinstall all the free-to-play Steam games we have that are not on the SSDs that we play from time to time. But as you can see, the Steam games drives, which was just wiped, is now already half full with a whole bunch of fun and free Steam games. Now, on to imaging the new drives with our ADATA storage that just came in. So not only are we upgrading the SSDs and making sure that we have SSDs in all the systems, but we are also cleaning them out, reseating the RAM and reseating the video card after imaging and reinstalling the Steam games on every single rig, something long overdue. And after, almost 12 hours of installing stuff, all the computers are upgraded, and we've fixed even the lighting in the garage. So now we've got full RGB, garage wide, and it's looking pretty good in here. And while I had the help, we moved the server rack over a few feet to put it right in front of this fan that exhausts directly outside the house. And I was able to move all of the tables for LAN-a-thon next to it, along with some other storage. That way it's not sitting outside getting eaten by the sun. And this is the scripts we're using to push the games to all the computers. We can pick what games we want to play or install, select which computers on the network we want to install them to, and away they go. And we can see in the console here that the server is connected and sending the files. So thanks again, ADATA, for helping us upgrade these rigs. If the opportunity comes around and the inventory happens, I hope one day we can upgrade these from 480 gigabyte to a terabyte at one point. But in the meantime, these systems behind me got a huge upgrade from 240 gigs to 1 full terabyte. So now we're no longer running on these super old SSDs that were causing us issues just because of how old they were and how small they were. So thanks so much again, and to everybody who's watching, I hope we can see some of you guys at our LAN parties here in the garage. Just visit our website, sandiegolan.net, and hopefully we'll see you there. Bye.